and I got to meet Aileen at the DGL nunnery. And I've been fascinated by their work and what they've been doing there ever since. So Aileen Barry hails from County Cork, like myself, and she has been a Buddhist nun for the last 20 years. She's from the Tibetan Buddhist tradition. And when she was in Australia, because Aileen was living in Australia for a long while first, she met up with Jetsunma Tenzin Palmo. And I think her life probably changed quite dramatically after that, because she moved to London, not to London, to India, to work with Tenzin Palmo. I'm sure there'll be lots of chance to share more about Aileen's journey after the meditation. So I know you're all here to meditate and meet our faculty. So with a warm, generous welcome from all of us on the Feast for the Soul to Venerable Aileen Barry, who's coming tonight actually from West Cork, not far from where I am myself. So Aileen, I'm going to spotlight you there. Oh, Sarah's done it. And she's going to lead us this evening in, well, it's morning for you guys, it's this evening for us. She's going to lead us in a kindness meditation. So I'll leave you to it now, Aileen, and we'll have time to chat at the end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susie. So hello to everybody. Hang on now. I'm just looking at myself. I'd like to see all of you as well. Let me just try and change my view. Gallery. Okay, you're all back. That's good. I'm extending a welcome to anybody who'd like to put their camera on. No pressure, but if you would like to, it would be really nice to see all your faces. Hello. And if you need to turn it off at any point as well, please do. So wonderful to have you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And as Susie said, some of you are hardcore, turning up to many of these sessions. Well done. Even turning up for one is absolutely fantastic. As Susie said, I'm going to be leading a meditation in loving kindness. I want to start with a quote. Actually, this is a quote that I've heard often from somebody called Father Greg Boyle, who also hails from California. If you haven't heard of him, I encourage you to look him up. He's really wonderful. Started something called Homeboy Industries and works with gangs in LA. But he quotes, and he has adapted the quote, but the quote is originally, I think, from George Saunders, an author. And Father Greg Boyle has changed it slightly to say that kindness is the only non-delusional response to anything. I'll say that again. Kindness is the only non-delusional response to anything. So whatever the question, what's the answer? Kindness. And, you know, it has to start with ourselves. It has to start with us cultivating, developing loving kindness towards ourselves. And this doesn't mean becoming self-indulgent. It's really, the aim of it is to meet all of those places within ourselves that we're not kind to. And simply by resting our attention in those spaces, then kindness can develop. And all of that is cutting through delusions, cutting through mistaken, maybe an easier word to hear is mistaken views about ourselves, about who we really are. You know, the phrase that we are our own worst enemy, it rings true, I would say, for all of us. So when we're cultivating loving kindness, it's not coming from a lack. It's not coming from limitation. It's not that some people are better at it than others. But it's really about identifying and recognizing the obstacles to kindness. And all of these obstacles are mistaken. They are delusional. And so simply by recognizing them, by seeing them, and by being willing to just rest our attention in whatever is arising in our experience, then that attention in and of itself enables kindness to develop. Does that make sense? We will have time for questions at the end. So if there is anything that you want to ask, you can put it in the chat later. So we'll begin, because even though I'm here to lead a meditation, I have to confess that I have been known to keep talking and talking and talking. And then somebody in the audience says, can we meditate? So I'll try and jump into the meditation. So let's start by sitting comfortably. This doesn't mean rigid, but in whatever way works for you. If you can have the back straight, that's good, but not tense. We're allowing ourselves to also be relaxed. So just checking for a moment with the body posture. Allowing the spine to be straight and letting the muscles relax. So you can just do a very quick scan through and notice if there's any areas of tension, and giving yourself permission to let go, to just let it soften. And also remembering that if it doesn't want to soften, that's totally fine. Part of our acceptance is then, if there's tension, we're okay with that. We just leave it be. And that's a kindness. So just doing a quick scan from the top of the head down through the body, and just paying attention to any area where there may be tension. And the invitation is there to just soften as you can. And just as with any journey, as we set out, we're going to set our GPS. And this is our motivation for doing this practice. And I invite you to make it as expansive as you can. You might bring to mind people in your life who are suffering, or animals, any beings that you know are going through difficulty. It may be whole groups of beings. But whoever touches you personally, whatever situation, really resonates with you, evokes some feeling in you, we can be the representatives for all other beings. And so as we practice together, this is a very powerful way of using our minds. So we can include all others and offer this practice for their flourishing, for their well-being. And as I had said at the beginning, it begins with ourselves. And so we offer this practice for our flourishing, for our well-being. For some of us, it might seem too difficult to make. We're going to work with some phrases, just repeating them silently or in your mind, or you can speak them if you wish. And I'm going to offer phrases. If you want to choose your own, that's fine also. So we do start with ourselves. But quite honestly, if that feels difficult, then we can bring to mind somebody who it feels easy to open our hearts to feel love towards. It could be a pet. It could be a child or a parent. But as I say, it can either be yourself, or if that feels difficult to start with, then bringing to mind a person who you can feel that love towards easily. And so we offer the phrases. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease. And repeating these phrases again, just focusing on offering these to ourselves. And this may relate to past suffering, physical or mental. It may relate to what's happening now. It may relate to concerns that we have for our future. And if it helps, you can put your hand at your heart as you contemplate the phrases. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I live with ease. And now we can offer the phrase to a loved one, to a friend. Just see who comes to mind. Again, imagine them here with us. And offering these phrases to them. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you live with ease. The mind does wander. Don't worry about it. When you do notice that you've wandered off, you just come back without criticism or judgment. Just recognizing that you can come back. And now we bring to mind a neutral person, somebody that we might not notice. It could be a neighbor, the postman, somebody in a shop. Just bring to mind somebody that you haven't really thought about, that you might pass every day. Just visualize them here with us. And we offer them the phrases. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you live with ease. And now I invite you to bring to mind a difficult person. Don't choose somebody too hard, just some slight irritation. Imagine them here with us. And if at any point it seems too difficult, you can again offer the phrases to yourself, to the difficulties and obstacles that stop us from being able to extend it out to others. First, we direct it to ourselves. So we visualize this difficult person and offer them the phrases. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be peaceful. May you live with ease. Now we can extend it out to your neighborhood, to your country. Just see whoever comes to mind. Stretching it out across the whole world. May all beings be safe. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be at ease. And may this arise through the power of our practice. So I'm going to read a poem just for you to consider. And just to give you a very brief backstory on it, this is a poem called Kindness by Naomi Shihab Nye. And it relates to a time when she and her husband were traveling on a bus in South America, which got attacked by bandits. And an Indian who's mentioned here in this poem was killed in the on the bus. And Naomi wrote this very, very soon afterwards. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment, like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved, all this must go, so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride, thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans, and the simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrows, and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere, like a shadow or a friend. So thank you all for your practice, and we'll finish the session here. Thank you.